When you were a young woman, and then in college, did you set out to want to be the clerk of the House of Representatives?
Absolutely not. You know, at first, when I moved here 30 years ago, I thought I wanted to be an elected official. I quickly moved away from that. What members do is so important. I just don't think I have the fortitude to do that. So, no, I didn't. I had no idea. I had planned to be a doctor. Yeah. And that changed when I was an undergrad and I had 3 labs at one semester. And having to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the lab to count fruit flies, don't think so.
Right.
Changed my mind on that one. And so I have a bachelor's in political science because I was interested in public service. I enjoy it. I've been involved with it all my life, and it was the thing to do. And so this kind of evolved. Right. My sister likes to say that I can't keep a job because I've moved from various positions, but it's been fun.
Good. Well, tell us, how is the clerk of the House chosen?
The clerk is nominated by the Speaker and then elected by the House. Right. And it's a high honor. I am very honored to serve the members. I can't think of a higher calling than to serve the members of the House of Representatives. And we have to do this in a bipartisan way. Right. Because we represent the House.
Right. And I've been here to see 2 clerks elected, and it is my limited experience that it's been very bipartisan.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And I think that members believe that it is the prerogative of the Speaker to appoint or nominate the clerk, and I think it's worked out very well.
And I think it is incumbent on the clerk, though, to make sure that there is bipartisanship. And so I think we have tried to move in an aggressive way. Not we, I say all of us as clerks, the folks that have been fortunate enough to be honored to hold this position, try to, as best we can, to be solicitous of all members, because we work for everybody. Yes.
Right. Well, I certainly have found that to be the case. Are there any quirks about this job or little-known responsibilities that you have that would be of interest to members or to the public to know about? I, again, haven't delved into it very much, but...
Well, a couple of interesting quirks. Beyond the... we do all the publications for the House. So the telephone directory that everybody uses is published by the Office of the Clerk. We have an Office of History and Preservation. So all of the artwork you see around the Capitol, the clerk, I have signed more requisitions on loan from the Smithsonian for members' offices than you would ever know. So pieces of art that are worth thousands of dollars that we loan to, primarily to the leadership offices, I'm on the line for. So not the Speaker or the Republican leader, it's me.
You.
So
okay.
So I have to make sure that it's taken care of. Okay. And we provide the staff that work in the cloakrooms, okay. and help you with a little snack when we're in late. And the ladies that work in the Congress Ladies Lounge, one of the interesting things, Mrs. Boggs, who was named after the woman, right. You know, this building was built for men. Right. So there are restroom facilities right off the floor for men, but for many a year, right. The lady members had to go downstairs to the visitors' restroom facilities, so it was good to see that, and we provide staff support to right. make sure that happens.
Well, I'm very grateful for the Lindy Boggs room. Yes. Believe me, I am.
Yes, it is.
And sometime we'll try to do a story in there because I think it's an interesting room.
It is an interesting room.
We need to try to tell the story of the Lindy Boggs room. Now, I do my best to make lots of opportunities available for young people. Sure. On my website, I have a lot of ideas about internships and
Yes.
other things. And I believe you're in charge of the PAGE program.
Yes.
That's one of the most wonderful programs I think that we have in the Congress. Say a little bit about the PAGE program.
The PAGE program is, I think, the crown jewel of the House. It is an opportunity for juniors. The students have to be 16, at least 16 years of age, and they come to the Capitol and they work here, they live here, and they attend school here. We see this as a road to being a Rhodes Scholar. Coming to the Page School is a great preparation. We know of pages that have come and they have lifelong friends, even though they may be a roommate and they get to know them and they have a bonding. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And so all the students have to do, their parents should notify their member. Call Ms. Foxx and ask to be a page. And the only thing is that because you are, the student is living independently in a dorm, this 16-year-old needs to be fairly mature because there's a lot of opportunity for independence.
Right.
So they're studying in school in the morning at 6:45 is when the classes start. And then they come to work on the House floor where they avail themselves to members, which is a wonderful opportunity. You get to see what goes on the House floor up close and very personal. And you get a chance to see the members, a lot of them that you think you'll never have an opportunity to get to know. And then the association of living in a dorm, it's a great prep for college. It really, really is. But you've got to be fairly mature to appreciate it.
And as I understand it, the opportunity is to do a full year.
Yes.
That's a school year, so
Yes.
they get their credits.
Yes.
Or they can come part of the summer.
Yes.
Or all of the summer. Is that
All of
correct?
the summer?
Because I have had one page who was here for an entire summer,
Okay.
and then I had one page who was here for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And
this-
my
yes.
experience with your office and with the page coordinator on our side is that you all work very, very well with us in trying to get in as many students as we possibly can.
We want this to be a great experience, and for the members, you know, I often tell the pages that you may never want to be a politician, but this is an experience that you'll remember for the rest of your life, where you'll have a greater appreciation for the legislative process and how bills are made and how laws are done and why.
Right. And you know, it doesn't matter when they're here, there's always something historic that happens.
Always.
And I stand in the back a lot of times and say to them, you know, you're watching an historic situation.
Yes.
Or a unique situation.
Yes.
And I'm sorry I never had that opportunity to do that, but I do try to promote as many kids as possible from my area to apply and come here, because I just think it's a wonderful opportunity too.
We appreciate your doing that, Ms. Foxx, because sometimes members seem to think that once the student is here, their responsibility is absorbed. But it's for you to continue. That helps the process. That helps them understand. Because a lot of times, if you didn't stand in the back and say, this is a very historic moment, please note it, they would never know. Like we had the President of France in a joint meeting recently, and it was very historic.
Well, I told you the 14 minutes would go by in a hurry, and it has, and we haven't covered nearly all the things. We're going to have to do this again.
Anytime you want.
Okay.
Anytime you want.
Thank you. This is Congresswoman Virginia Foxx with a congressional update, and it has been my great pleasure to have the Clerk of the House of Representatives, Lorraine Miller, with me today. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.